6 reasons you shouldn't travel to Bangladesh. Worst traffic. Bangladesh is one of the most densely populated countries in the world. With most people living in big cities, there are people, cars, motorbikes, and rickshaws everywhere. The traffic in Dhaka is known as the world's worst, with traffic jams lasting up to 7 hours a day. This makes traveling from one side of the city to the other extremely difficult. Every vehicle has a cracked windscreen and at least a few dings. In Dhaka, there are no apologies, people just beep their horns and keep moving. This creates a very noisy environment. Strikes are common in Bangladesh. Bangladesh faces many problems and is very poor. Many people in the West don't know much about its history. Bangladesh used to be called East Pakistan, and the Bangladesh Liberation War in the 1970s was very tragic. Protests lead to weekly strikes, called hartals, where everything shuts down, no transport, closed shops, and empty streets. Travelers should know about these strikes before visiting. They might get stuck without transport for days. It's a good idea to keep up with the news and avoid some areas. For example, a political party stopped a train, so the visitor had to take a bus and skipped Cox's Bazar. Hartals can be inconvenient for travelers and affect local businesses. There is no Western food. Aside from Pizza Hut and Gloria Jean's in Dhaka, you won't find Western food in Bangladesh. Your main choice will be to eat local dishes. The food is quite simple and not very varied: roti and dal for breakfast, and rice with meat curry for lunch and dinner, usually with some sliced tomato, cucumber, and carrot on the side. That's the basic diet, so get used to it. Finding restaurants outside Dhaka can be tricky, as things can look unfamiliar, but figuring it out can be part of the adventure. Air pollution. Air pollution in Bangladesh is the worst in the world, a new study shows, reducing the average Bangladeshi's life expectancy by 6.7 years. Another study estimates there were 24,000 premature deaths as a result of air pollution in the country's capital, Dhaka, from 2005 to 2018. Bad roads and driving in Bangladesh. Bangladesh could easily win the title for worst roads and drivers. When someone arrives in Bangladesh, they quickly see that the roads are very challenging. For example, at 10 p.m., they might ride a motorbike with no lights, avoiding potholes, people, buses, rickshaws, taxis, cars, and even cows. This difficult driving doesn't change much during their stay. Buses can be scary and annoying because drivers are always honking loudly. Long bus trips can be especially hard. The driving is chaotic, with buses getting very close to other vehicles and overtaking while honking. Many buses have cracked windshields from accidents. Once, a bus driver drove so close to a truck that the bus hit it, making a loud crack in the windshield. Every trip to Bangladesh is an adventure. English is not widely spoken. Outside of large cities in Bangladesh, finding someone who speaks English can be quite challenging. While most people in rural or less developed areas do not speak English, those who do are often willing to come over and chat with visitors. This means that even though English is not widely spoken, travelers usually do not find themselves in difficult situations for long. There is often someone nearby eager to practice their English. However, traveling can still be difficult due to communication barriers. Visitors might need to come up with their own signs or gestures to communicate and hope that an English speaker is nearby to assist them.